Why don't we mind having kids together, but then we say marriage is a big commitment? Like between having a child together and getting married, which one is a bigger commitment? Because in my view, marriage can be dissolved at any given time. Couples divorce all the time, separate all the time. Once they get divorced, they can go separate ways and never meet again. But once you have a child with someone, there is no turning back. You are stuck with that person for the rest of your life because you still have to co-parent with them if you break up and separate. To me, a couple that has got a child or kids together is more married than a couple that is married without kids. Because a couple that is married without kids, they can divorce and go separate ways and never meet again. But when you have a child with someone, you are stuck with them. There are couples who are stuck with their high school exes. Things that happened 15, 17, 20, 30 years ago. What's worse is when you have a child with someone who is just a total idiot, someone who is toxic, because that person can use the child as a weapon to ruin your future relationships or just to get back at you and make your life a living hell. We have women who use their kids as meal tickets, as weapons to get back at their baby daddy. Like you'll find that that woman won't let the father see his kids unless he's sending money. If the father has lost a job or doesn't have the means to provide. And then you'll find men who make their baby mama's life a living hell, telling her, why are you bringing so many men in front of my kids? Why are you, what are you teaching my kids by bringing in different men in front of my kids? Like to this man, the baby mama cannot move on with her life. The baby mama cannot find another partner, cannot find another boyfriend. And if things don't go well with that boyfriend, the baby mama cannot leave that boyfriend and find another boyfriend. Sometimes you'll have a child with a man who won't help you with raising a child financially. They send you no money, they send you too little. Sometimes you have to drag them through the courts to help you get some money to take care of the child. I'm not saying there's a formula out there to find a good partner, whether in marriage or in having kids together. My point is on which is a bigger commitment between having a child together or getting married. Because to me, having a child together is a bigger commitment than getting married. But I see many of us, we don't mind having kids together. We're having kids all the time, very easily. But you ask somebody about marriage, they tell you, no, I'll never get married. Do you think you can walk away from that person? You can't walk away from the person you had a child with. Unless in an unfortunate situation whereby maybe your child passes on, then you have no reason to be in contact with uh, the baby daddy or the baby mama. What's worse is you find that you have a child with someone who is very bitter and toxic to a point whereby they won't let you see your kids. Like you won't have full access to your kids. based on whatever. Because sometimes you can lose a job, you can go through a rough patch whereby you're not able to provide. Will your partner take full responsibility of your kids financially while you can only be present until you can stand on your own 2 feet financially? Is the person you are having a child with kind enough to put differences aside and understand that, you know what, the mother of my kids or the father of my kids does not have the means to provide, but because I have the means to provide for the kids without any struggle, I will provide for the kids while the father or the mother still have full access to the kids. Because most couples that broke up and still have kids, they can't sort their differences, man. And kids suffer most of the time, and even their future relationships suffer. People cannot come to an understanding, like have a relationship based on their kids only. There's a lot of manipulations, there's a lot of jealousy, there's a lot of bitterness in between, both men and females. Kids always suffer. You know when they say when two elephants fight, the grass suffers. The grass being the kids. Because I think we should be more careful in who we have kids with than who we get married with. You can get a divorce and walk away and never look back. Hmm? Because wow. So tell me, guys, what do you think? What do you think is a bigger commitment between having a child together or getting married? Because to me, having a child together is a big deal than getting married. Getting married, you can even go out of community of property without accrual, whereby you don't share any asset, you don't share anything, you don't share any properties, nothing at all. You protect your assets. You can protect your assets. When you break up with someone, you live with your wealth, your riches intact. But then having a child with someone, they can use your child to make your life a living hell. What do you think?